Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into one of the most important leadership roles you'll find anywhere, the club president. So, whether you're thinking about stepping up yourself or you just want to know what makes a great leader, well, you're in the right place.
Okay, let's start with this quote, because honestly, it's the whole ballgame. This one sentence says it all. See, as president, you're not just some manager checking boxes. You are the architect of your club's entire vibe. Your energy, your focus, how prepared you are, it all sets the stage for every single person in that room.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get a big picture look at the president's role. Then, we're going to break it all down with a super simple acronym, TEAM. And finally, we'll talk about the real payoff of taking on a role like this. Sound good? Let's dive in.
Right, so what does it actually mean to be the tone setter? What's the day-to-day reality? Well, it really boils down to taking ownership for the club's direction and, just as importantly, its people.
I mean, look at this list. It's a lot, right? The job is so much more than just running meetings. You're trying to build a solid officer team that actually works together. You're the one who has to step in and handle conflicts. You're the ultimate facilitator. It really is a position of service. You're the steward of the club's health. Now, what's so great about our source material from Toastmasters International is how it makes this huge job feel manageable. They've broken it down into this easy-to-remember acronym, TEAM. It's a fantastic mental checklist. So let's go through it letter by letter.
First up, T is for training. And this makes total sense, doesn't it? You wouldn't try to fly a plane without lessons, and you can't lead a club effectively if you don't know the playbook. Real leadership starts with preparation. And preparation, that starts with training.
And look, the sources are really clear on this. You're not left on your own. You're given a whole toolkit for success. It means you gotta show up for those officer training sessions. And yeah, you should actually read the club leadership handbook. These aren't just suggestions, they are literally your roadmap. Okay, next is E, for example. And this might be the most powerful leadership tool there is. It's all about walking the talk. You have to model the exact behavior you want to see from your members, because what you do will always, always be louder than what you say. Area Director Marianne Davila just hits the nail on the head here. You can't ask people to be engaged in the program if you're not engaged yourself. If you want them to hit their goals, they need to see you working on your goals. Your commitment, it's absolutely contagious. And that idea of setting an example goes right down to how you speak. Leading by example means being clear and purposeful every time you're at the lectern. Think about it. When you cut out all the ums and ahs and filler, you're not just speaking better. You are actively showing respect for everyone's time, and that sends a powerful message. And that brings us perfectly to A for ask questions. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking leadership is a monologue, where you just stand up and talk at people. But the best leadership, the most effective leadership, is always a dialogue. It's about listening way more than you speak. As distinguished Toastmaster Sue Brooks says here, asking questions is how you figure out what's really going on. How do you know what your members need to succeed? You ask them. That information is pure gold. It's the foundation of a club success plan that actually works because it's built on their real needs, not just your assumptions. And finally, we get to M, for meetings. This is it. This is the main event. It's where all that training and planning and leading by example comes together for everyone to see. This is where your leadership really shines. Let's be real. A fantastic meeting doesn't just happen by accident. The secret is that the real work starts way before you even call the meeting to order. It's all about preparation. So, this means doing your homework. You've got to plan out the agenda. You need to coordinate with your other officers, like asking the VP of Ed about any awards or recognitions. And yeah, it helps to review the rules. But maybe the most important thing, show up early and greet people as they walk in. That simple act instantly sets that positive, welcoming tone we talked about at the very beginning. Now, during the meeting itself, your role is to be the steady hand on the wheel. A meeting that runs smoothly, that feels efficient and purposeful, well, that's the clearest sign people have that this is a healthy, well-run club. It just makes everyone feel like their time is valued. Having a clear structure like this is absolutely key. It's not about being rigid, it's about being respectful. It ensures all the important business gets handled, and it shows everyone that you value their time. When people know what to expect, the whole thing just flows. Okay, so you do all this work. What's the real payoff? Why should you even want this job? Because let me tell you, the reward for being a great club president is so much more than just a fancy title for your LinkedIn profile. Taking on this role is like a leadership accelerator. You're learning these incredibly valuable skills, delegation, conflict management, critical thinking, in a real live environment. There's no textbook for this. These are abilities that will serve you everywhere, in your career and in your personal life.
And I love this final thought from DTM Mark Reynolds. The role also teaches you humility. You quickly realize it's not actually about you. It's about serving other people's goals. It's a chance to empower them, to watch them grow, and to leave the club just a little bit stronger than you found it. And that right there is a powerful legacy. So we'll leave you with this question, pulled straight from the source material. We've just walked through the entire blueprint for what it takes to be an effective, inspiring leader. You've seen the plan, you know the responsibilities, and you've seen the reward. So the only real question left is, are you ready to build?